Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Innovation Conversation. So today's podcast is just half an hour of us talking about innovation news and innovation insights that can help you increase the innovation in your organization. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to the Innovation Conversation. So let's intro each person that's in the room today. We've got Grant Vernon.
Hi everybody. Grant Vernon, co-founder of the Innovation Network, Innovation Sprint Master, and really excited to be here. Thanks, Connor.
And we've got Chad Smith.
Hi, I'm Chad Smith. I've also been working with Grant for about 10 years, ex-architectural technologist and lover of innovation.
Awesome. And I'm Connor, the digital specialist here at Innovation Network. So, Grant, first of all, do you want to just give us a rundown on what Innovation Network is and what we do?
Amazing, Connor. Yeah, so we founded Innovation Network to help companies embed a culture of innovation and innovate faster and more effectively. So we found that a lot of like the innovation tools are open source on the net, but people really struggled with a seamless end-to-end process to implement, and that's our specialty. Right around the world, from Asia to Europe to the States to Africa. Really, really exciting.
Awesome. And we've just set up this podcast because we found that we've got so much conversation going on that we just wanted to record it and put it out for you guys. So shall we just jump into the first topic there, Grant?
Yeah, absolutely. So on the innovation news radar, we always try to keep up each week with what's going on in the world in terms of innovation. And today is a particularly interesting one from Mr. Elon Musk, close to Chad in my heart, being ex-South African. He's done something crazy now. He wants to hook up human brains directly to computer chips starting next year. So I knew Elon Musk in terms of Tesla, SpaceX, and I hadn't seen this interesting startup he founded in 2016 called Neuralink. And the aim of Neuralink is almost like the opposite of AI, to embed computer chips into the human brain. The goal of the company initially is to devise brain interfaces to help people with chronic medical conditions by using computer chips embedded into your brain. But I think could be a impact much greater than that, which is reminding me of one of those bad sci-fi movies. But it's going to be interesting to see where they end up. So I thought that was super interesting because it's a part of Elon Musk's business empire that I didn't know about. And the opposite to the buzzwords of AI and deep tech, it's human tech and organic tech, which is super, super cool.
That's not surprising that Elon Musk has done something crazy.
Yeah,
that's a pretty Elon Musk sounding thing to do.
Yeah,
awesome.
And it could be disaster, computers and humans intertwined, but who knows?
It could be a horror movie, but hopefully not.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think I'm seeing this as the beginning of immortality, people uploading their consciousness onto computer servers.
I better get Morgan Freeman on the line. But the company's name is Neuralink Corp. So if you're interested, Google Neuralink Corp.
Oh, so it's a completely different company then from his original.
It's one of his startups. Yeah.
So, right. He's got so many.
Worth a Google, hey? Yeah. And that was a cool one I saw on the radar this week. Something interesting and out of the ordinary.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to move to the next one, or do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. No, that's great. Let's move on.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. What's topic number 2 then, Grant?
Oh, that is a good question, Connor. I'm using my new Miro board, so I'll be able to check, and later on,
Miro, our innovation collaboration tool of this week.
Right?
We'll talk about that a bit later.
Very cool, very cool. So as I navigate my Miro board, I wanted to talk about an innovation topic of the week. So something interesting in corporate innovation. So our customers are mainly medium to large corporates wanting to innovate. I'm always looking for new, different things. And I saw with interest this week something happening at IBM. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen Kickstarter. So Kickstarter, those sort of crowdfunding platforms where startups can actually launch and gain funding through a crowdfunding platform. So you guys seen that? Have you put any of your own money into Kickstarter?
I haven't.
What's the other? What's the other popular British one?
I think there's one called crowdsourcing or something like that.
Yeah,
If that's what you're
yeah,
talking about. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Chad, you'll have to put some money in at the end of this week then.
I just remember a games console called the Ouya, which was a colossal failure. And so Kickstarter is definitely a double-edged sword, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's money that you're ready to lose, but cool ideas to fund and collaborate. We'll do a segment on Kickstarter and some interesting concepts coming out of that, how successful they are. So that's one for next week.
Definitely.
But I saw an interesting one at IBM where IBM created an internal crowdfunding platform for their innovations. So one of the challenges customers and users always talk to us about is getting funding to start an innovation idea in a big corporate. It's really tough because there's set processes, set budgets. And I really love this idea of a crowd platform within your company where individuals or departments could put money into a pot and invest in your innovation in an early stage. So very, very cool because anyone could pitch an idea and get started in a very, very small way to sort of test traction and also quite a quick, agile way to stimulate innovation, get people thinking about it. So I love that idea. Very
definitely. So what kind of people would be actually putting their money forward then to source that?
So as I understand it, it's departments within the business that could contribute seed money to researching and developing an idea. But you could also do absolute individuals, and I don't know how you do it, but where employees in a large company could contribute towards an innovation and perhaps even see an equity or return later on. How cool would that be?
Right.
Other than like a normal corporate strategy, which is an innovation ideation platform. Like you might submit your idea a couple of months later, you might get some feedback.
That's great. That's really smart. Sort of using the Kickstarter format within an actual business. That's really smart because if you only get a little bit of resources sort of put your way, if you sort of make a really agile good prototype, then you could maybe get more resources within the company and it can be like a spreading sort of thing within the organization. That's really
absolutely cool. And that's often the challenge is most innovation projects, I mean depending on the tech involved, don't need too much resource just to do that first bit of experiments, some user testing, maybe a minimum viable product or a very simple prototype. And that would be an awesome way to do it. And you're right, as you get traction and you can prove that there's a real user need for it, you can hopefully access more funding and grow. All sort of.
I also think that this is an awesome way of creating a culture of innovation within the organization, which I think a lot of people struggle to do, and getting everybody's input into that. I think that's an awesome idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And can you imagine whether you're in the finance department or customer service, you'd suddenly be thinking about the business and how to innovate, and you're invested, you're a little stakeholder in this new concept. So definitely one of the biggest challenges in innovation is creating a culture of innovation. And I think that would absolutely get the whole company focused on these things.
That's really cool. Yeah, you have like an internal sort of site where you post these projects up, and then the people could log onto the site and then invest resources that way. That'd be really cool. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely one to come back to, guys. I think that could be one for our listeners or us to go and test out and see if anyone bites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about putting money in, Grant?
Oh, come up with a platform. I'll invest. We'll do our own crowdfunding.
Definitely. That sounds great. Awesome. Shall we move on to the next topic then?
Yeah, absolutely. So the next segment is an innovation of the week. And we love these cool, funny innovation videos and what people are doing. And this week's one is a robot sloth. So we're sticking with an AI robotics theme this week, it looks like. But someone has invented what they call the sloth bot, which takes robotics. And this is a robot that looks like a sloth. And you'll know they're creatures that are really slow and lanky, sit around in trees a lot. And it moves around forests where there's ecosystems and biodiverse environments that need monitoring and protection, and the sloth bot is an unintrusive way to monitor an ecosystem and an environment. And I would imagine it's got cameras, sensors for temperatures and other data that they want to collect, all in a cute, cuddly sloth bot that's unobtrusively moving around the forest. So I love that tech meets ecosystem preservation, conservation.
No, that's really cool. Just to paint a picture for anyone listening, it's just a robotic looking, and it's a robot that looks exactly like a sloth, and it looks like from the pictures that the camera is fixed to the eyes, and it looks pretty cartoonish, and it's just on a wire that I'm guessing is hung between two trees. I'm guessing it just goes back and forth between that wire. So yeah, it's a really cool looking innovation. This one's quite close to my heart because I used a little Raspberry Pi. There's small computers, and I attached a small little camera to it. And I'm a bit of a bird watcher. You can see from my mug. Listeners won't be able to see that, but
Twitcher, yeah.
Yep, Twitcher, yep. And I programmed it to actually take pictures when there's motion detected when birds come onto the scene. So it's super fun to do. But I can see how that would be really powerful. Because my nan actually told me I should. It's just a lunchbox I use, but she told me that I should make it look like an actual bird. So yeah, it's definitely.
There's your own startup concept, Connor. We might put that into our first crowdfunding platform. Hey, yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I think that could go huge. I got my innovation idea for the week, and I think this could exist. But how cool would this be? Lots of people are working from home because of the pandemic. And everybody struggles with internet resource, right? So I'm often on a call with business people, but the connection's slow because the kids are doing homework or YouTube or Minecraft. So imagine you had an app that could manage your house's broadband connection, prioritize your Zoom call when you got a call with your boss, but then you can dial it back when your kids are doing their karaoke YouTube songs later on. I don't know if such a thing exists, but I reckon that's a £1 million idea right there.
That would be really interesting. So just distribute bandwidth based on how important the task is that you're doing.
Yeah, and then I guess whoever pays the bill can control the bandwidth.
Well, I mean, who's to say Minecraft isn't important, Grant?
Exactly. My son would agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we sell a patch which the anti to the app where you can scale up your Minecraft bandwidth without your parents knowing.
A paid extension for the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
Some spend the pocket money on. I like that.
Yeah.
Also,
it's a circular business model. Sorry.
I also see that it's really useful for other business applications. So some people are logged into their Wi-Fi with 3 or more actual devices, and I think like a lot of people, when they're on a Zoom call for a meeting or a webinar, they want most of their bandwidth going in that direction and not to say their mobile phone or something, which I think would be awesome because my bandwidth isn't as big as I would want it. And I would definitely try to funnel all of my bandwidth into a call.
Well, Chad, that's your job for next week's episode. See if this exists. And if not, we're going to Kickstarter fund it, I reckon.
Well,
Imagine you're just starting a call with your boss or like a big webinar presentation and your phone starts to do an update or Netflix, your smart TV does an update. Yeah, there could be a world of things. So I love this idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to imagine because I'm not even sure if that would be software or a hardware piece of device, It'd be really, hard to imagine. But if it could be done, that'd be so cool. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, it happened here, guys. It's 12:25. This is where it started. We need a snappy name for it. Yeah.
Okay. Do we copyright the ideas on this podcast? I'm not
open
sure.
source.
Open source. Okay.
Yeah.
If someone makes that, email us and let us know.
Cool. It's your job to put in the patent application, though.
I'm just the ideas guy. I leave that to
with the logistics.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So we actually need to go back to the robot sloth just to give it some ratings, because what we're going to start doing, guys, is we're going to start rating these based out of 10, average the scores, and then by the end of this podcast series, I suppose, I'm not sure how we're going to break them up. We can declare a winner. Does that sound good to you guys?
Yes, sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome. So going back to the robot sloth then, right. So I thought we could rate it based on simplicity, cheapness, impact, low effort, low tech, and creativity. So Grant, do you think those are good scalers, especially if you want to touch on low effort and low tech, and if they're important or not?
Yeah, so I'd say in terms of innovation KPIs, cheapness versus return, we could have a think about. Simplicity is great, impact's great, low effort, high impact is great, and tech could be interesting. So let's start off with that and give it a creativity score, and we'll adapt as we go. Iteration, so we'll iterate the scoring system as we go.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's first podcast, guys. So prepare for some iterations.
Yeah.
Cool. So simplicity out of 10, what are we giving it?
I guess it's fairly high tech for conservation, and I'm not an expert on what conservation sort of surveillance looks like, but it's neat, right? So I would say simplicity maybe a 6.
Yeah, I mean, if we're assuming that the innovation is an actual camera that was used for conservation anyway, and the actual innovation is the sloth, the sort of disguised nature of the sloth, I think that's a good way to look at it. So definitely, 6 out of 10 for that.
Yeah.
Awesome, sounds good. So cheapness, value for money.
Will you tell us, Connor, what does the tech cost to build something like that?
Well, I mean, if we go off of the
bird bot, get that down.
Right. So the bird bot, believe it or not, was 40 quid. So what I made was £40. So I think if you get some nice sort of designers on this, it would be quite a cheap innovation, because I think you're taking an existing piece of technology and you just sort of getting those molded plastic and painted molded plastic and disguising it as another creature. So I think cheapness, it would probably be pretty cheap. So I'm thinking like an 8 or a 9 maybe. It would definitely cost something. So maybe we'll go 7 out of 10. Does that sound good?
I'm on 8. My vote's on 8. What do you think, Chad? You decide.
Yeah, I'm on 8.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Sounds good to me. Cool. So impact. How much impact do you think this has?
I think in terms of awareness, and also something unintrusive to like surveil an environment, it's pretty cool versus a static camera or a mounted camera pod. Like, I love that. So I'm leaning towards a 9, guys. Is that too high?
We don't know.
That.
We could. So go on, Chad.
I will agree with that, because there's an old scientific principle that says that whatever you actually observe, you end up changing in some way. And as people, we've got to actually try and not impact the environment as much as we can. So I think anything that sort of mimics the nature around us sort of impacts it that much less. So I'm with a high 8 or 9.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe we save that 10 because we got some good innovations done.
Yeah, we got lots coming in. Yeah.
But no, I definitely can echo what Chad said. I mean, being the Twitcher that I am, I know the value of hiding in the bushes, dead still. It's definitely a key factor. So yeah, I could definitely see it being a 9 out of 10.
And we need to get the BirdBot prototype onto Kickstarter. Stat, guys. Absolutely. Don't forget
definitely. No, that sounds awesome.
I'll start on the paperwork, Connor. You work on the robotics.
Yes,
Grant, you think of more ideas to make it look nice.
I can do that.
Make it look pretty, Grant. Awesome. So we've got low effort now. Is it low effort?
It's probably not low effort. It's probably not low tech. I don't know. Maybe we should become to ease.
Change it to ease. Are we saying?
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here.
I think maybe ease sounds better because you're talking about any innovation that's easy to make is going to be highly effective, for your organization. So
okay,
what was that, Chad? No, go on.
Now I was thinking, are we going to flesh that out to ease to build and ease to implement, or how is it just going to be a straight ease?
We might need to iterate that for the next episode, guys.
I suppose
get little cards. Yeah,
we've already got cheapness, so shall we say ease to implement for now, and then Yeah, awesome. So easy to implement. What were we thinking?
I leave this to you guys. You guys are better than me.
I'm thinking a good 7 out of 10 because there's it wouldn't be the easiest thing to implement because there's existing cameras that I'm sure you could just buy in bulk and put up in trees. So I'm thinking in terms of implementation that this would be pretty easy because I think you're just dressing up an existing piece of technology. So I'm thinking a 7 out of 10. What do you think, Chad?
I was thinking a 6 because surely there has to be some sort of programming involved in making it move and look like it is an actual animal. So
That's
maybe
true.
a 6.
Yeah, Grant, deciding vote. What do you think, 7 or 6?
I'm going to go 6. Let's go 6.
Awesome. Sounds good.
We're going to keep the bar low because there's lots more cool innovations.
Definitely. Yeah. Cool. So low tech. I'm thinking it's not as high tech as we think, just because it's a camera. It is just a camera on a wire, and then the part that makes it look like a sloth isn't actually tech. It's how it's sort of dressed up. So
as robotics go, it's not that complex.
Yeah. So I'm thinking 7 out of 10, just because it is definitely tech. We can agree on that. But I think you can get a lot more technical innovations in this. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, we'll put a 7 out of 10 then. And then creativity. So I think this is pretty creative. But I don't know what you guys think.
I love that. I think that's a 9, only because we don't know what 10 will look like. But, I don't know what you guys think. Should we give it a 9?
Yeah, I can go with the 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay, so we've got simplicity 6 out of 10, cheapness 8 out of 10, impact 9 out of 10, ease to implement 6 out of 10, low tech 7 out of 10, creativity 9 out of 10. Not bad. Scores pretty high.
Yeah.
We'll average out those numbers later. And
the sloth bot, guys, you heard it here first, and the bird bot coming soon to Kickstarter.
Awesome. Okay, so lightning round. The next topic, innovation / collaboration tool of the week. So I thought we'd start off strong with this one, and we'll go with the one that we use probably the most. I think you guys agree is Miro. So Miro, free online whiteboard collaboration tool. So it's basically just you open up a Miro board. And you've got sticky notes, you can add text, you can add images, you can link those to make sort of spider diagrams, but we use it for absolutely everything. We think it's a great tool. What do you guys think about Miro?
Miro changed my life. It's really, really affordable. It, especially with COVID-19, but even before that, is a superb online collaboration tool. It's got a world of templates and the Miroverse. So no matter what you want to do, agile, lean, startup, strategy, sprints, you name it, there's something on the Miroverse for you. And post-it notes, bulk post-it note uploads, a world of features. So Miro, definitely worth checking out. There are other players, and we'll take a look at them each week as new tools come out. But I really fall in love with Miro. So Miro.com, worth going to take a look at.
Definitely. And it opens up gates for innovation, I'm guessing, Grant.
Oh, yeah. Collaboration, capturing ideas management, sprints, you name it. User journeys, journey mapping, a world of things you can do with it. absolutely superb.
Definitely. And we'll have to...
Yeah, sorry?
No, I was going to say we'll have to expand on those topics in later podcasts. What I can do, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Sprints, yeah. Chad, any thoughts on Miro?
No, I'm a huge advocate for Miro. I will keep advocating Miro, and I think it's just an awesome way for teams to put ideas together in a really quick manner to force that innovation out of your team. And I'm definitely all for Miro. I think everything else has been said.
Awesome.
Good.
Okay, so I think it's time to wrap up then, guys.
You forgot the creativity tip of the week, Connor.
Oh, I did forget about the creativity tip of the week. Have you got one for us, Grant?
I do. One of my favorites, it's an oldie but a goodie, is silent brainstorming. So if you ever tried to ideate with your team, you'll know that what normally happens is you have a few louder people in the room that dominate. You throw a few ideas out, and then you discuss and debate and argue around one or two ideas if you're lucky. So often brainstorming ideation sessions can be blocked and unproductive. Now, what a silent brainstorm does is you set a timer. Really important to have a timer. That could be a time timer from a design sprint or just a timer on your mobile phone. Normally 3 to 5 minutes. So you set the timer for 3 to 5 minutes, and individually, silently, you get down an idea onto a post-it note, and you aim to generate as many post-it notes as you can in 3 to 5 minutes. Once you've got all of those down, you'll generate as a team easily 20 to 50 ideas. You'll be amazed at the volume. There's no debate, no discussion. You're just ideating individually. And then once you've done that, you can group them together and do some voting to find the ones that you want to tackle. But a quick 5-minute process to do a lot of ideas very democratically in a very short space of time.
I really like that. So, because you can always go back and review them later, can't you? So a silent brainstorm can never hurt. It just allows everyone to have their say. So I really like that, Grant. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. Yeah, so that's a simple one, an oldie but a goodie, very, very effective.
Definitely, yeah. Okay, so now I think it's time to end it.
Yeah.
So yeah, have you guys enjoyed the first podcast?
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. I feel like I'm on just part-time radio.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Okay, well, we'll see you in the next podcast, guys. We'll upload this shortly. So yeah, hope to see you next time. See you then.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to the first episode of the Innovation Conversation. I really hope you enjoyed our first episode. If you want to reach out to us, then please go to innovationtrainingnetwork.com or email us at sales@innovationtrainingnetwork.com. I really hope to hear from you, and stay tuned for the next episode.